It's where the magic happens. Conversations flow and the laughter snapping. Here at Netter's Network, where the stories come alive. Every episode's a journey, every guest a drive. Netter's Network, tune in for the show, where the headlines meet the heart, and we all get to know. From the highs to the lows, we've got it all in tow. Netter's Network, where the world's on the go.
I need a longer intro so I can say hi to everybody.
I know.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Netter's Network Thursday Things. Found out my special guest will not be able to be here tonight. His son was having bad abdominal pains, think it might be appendicitis, took him to the hospital, so he can't make it. So we're just going to reschedule. Maybe I can get him next week or the week after he finds out what's going on with the son and how his son's doing. But I can introduce you to the love of my life, my producer, that guy at the end of the bar, Troy Pacelli. How you doing tonight, my love? And what are you sipping on?
I mean, technically, I'm not at the end of the bar when I'm on your stream. I'm kind of behind the couch, aren't I? But I am doing well. Thank you so much. And I'm drinking. I refilled my lemonade between streams, so I'm drinking lemonade.
Yeah, I never got my tea. So I'll have to get it after this stream.
Hail hydration.
Yes, hail hydration. Yeah, so it's a shame he won't be here tonight, but you know what? We'll get him on another time. The health of his son is far more important than sitting here and talking about his books. I just hope his son is going to be okay. You know, it's like I'm hoping it's not appendicitis. I'm hoping it's just he got a tummy ache because, I don't know, he ate something that didn't agree with him or something like that. But I just hope his son feels better really quickly. And if he does have to have surgery for appendicitis, I'm hoping he heals quickly. So if you can put out prayers for Storyman Jack, I would really appreciate for him and his son. I'm trying to say hi and talk at the same time. It's like walking and chewing gum. Speaking of which, let me say hello to my lovely chat. First in was Big Al saying, hello, my friends. Hope you have a great stream tonight. Thank you. And JPRPH1 has come in with the Netter's Network emojicon. Smolder, Netter's Network Smile, Retro Cinema, and says, woohoo!
Woo!
Glad to see you over here. That moved. Deleted Scenes with a salute saying, hail to the chat.
Hail to the chat, you are really nifty people.
Deleted also says to like, share, subscribe, comment, become a member, gift a membership. Which Ruby Hoove, because she is so wonderful, did just that, and it went to Andrea Black. So welcome back to membership, Andrea Black. Seriously, thank you so much for the gifties. Those really do help our channels to grow. And you know, Troy is really trying to get his channel to just kind of explode with members and subscribers and all that. This is his full-time job. I still have a day job, but this is his day job. This is his night job. This is his job. So anytime you guys gift a membership, or if you're new, you subscribe, you become a member, you know, that helps the channels so much. Sharing out the streams, because your connections are probably different from ours. You might have a few people that aren't in our little circle that would be, hey, yeah, I want to know more about that channel, and come in and visit and subscribe and maybe even can become a member. So every little bit helps, and we super appreciate it. You guys are Osmo.
It is true. You are Osmo.
There's that Netter's girl saying hi to that Troy guy. I didn't finish saying hello to my sweeties in the chat, so some of you are missing the hi sweetie there, but I'll be trying to get that in shortly. And then there's that Troy guy saying he loves me too. Ruby Hoof says, have a good one, y'all. People saying hi to each other. Lady Mist with her pretty hearts and flowers for me. Thank you, sweetie. Ruby Hoof says, prayers for the sun. Thank you. So is Deleted. And, of course, Lady Mist also with the prayers. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, Kapla from the wild seas. Nice and 80s here. Ha! Jealous. I know I would never send constant pictures and weather updates to coworkers being with blizzards and cold temps. Yeah, we had like -2 overnight. Now it's like about 17. Woo, practically heat wave. So yeah, it's like I know other people have it even colder than we have it here in Illinois. So I'm a little jelly right now that you're someplace warm, but come March, Troy and I will be someplace warm since we're going to Florida for MegaCon. And if anyone is in the Florida area, and you want to do a meetup, just let us know. We would love that. That would be so great. Joe's Atmosphere saying, what up? Nice to see you here. So I know I don't have all my hi sweeties in the chat, but I'm saying it here and hopefully I can catch up. And that was my last one. So for those of you that are just coming in, my special guest cannot make it tonight. His son is having some abdominal pains. He was taken to the hospital. We're thinking it might be appendicitis, but just pray for his son, that whatever it is something that can be taken care of quickly and he heals quickly from it, because no one should ever have to go through all that. Geek Flag with Nate says, come on, let me move that up. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and become a member. And if you're going to give a super chat of $5 or more, why not gift a membership instead and show Netters the love? Thank you, sweetie. Joe's Atmosphere says we're getting ice all weekend in North Louisiana. Yeah, I have a snow guy. He comes to shovel all the snow for me. And he had texted me going, I'm coming out to do your neighbor, because my neighbor had broken her wrist. She had slipped on ice, fell, broke her wrist. And so he's been coming out to take care of shoveling for her. And he goes, I'm coming out to do your neighbors. If you don't shovel, it's going to be ice and people are going to get hurt. So I was like, you do you. He even threw down some salt just to make sure that they had some grippage, because it's too cold to melt, but at least the salt kind of gives them something to step on so you're not like sliding, which is nice. And Geek Flag with Nate also gave me my farty fox. I love the farty fox. Thank you, Nate. Yeah, Geek Flag with Nate says, I hope the son is okay. I probably won't get an update until like tomorrow or whatever on how he's doing, or maybe even later than that. I'm just hoping that his son is okay. That's far more important than him being here. Family always comes first. That's what I say for any of y'all. If you're feeling sick and you can't make it, family comes first. You come first. You take care of yourself. Anything else can wait. Is one of my well, she's a former boss only because she left the company. I create source codes. Like when you are buying something online and you can put in a code for a discount. for my company, I create those. And she used to say, you know what? It's not rocket science. Actually, it's not rocket surgery. No one's going to die if they don't get a code. And it's like, yeah. So, no one's going to die if they don't show up on my show tonight. It's, this is a little talk show. We can always reschedule. It's not important. You are important. Your family is important. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. That always comes first. I'm missing a comment here. Gorilla says, Kiriko was the highlight of the trip. We ended up on Kokomo Beach. It was rocky for the divers watching turtles, but the ladies weren't shy about taking tops off and putting sunscreen on. And the second part of that comment. Second part of that comment is not Joe. But Joe would say, we got bags of salt for here at work. Might get trapped in Shreveport by the time I get off Saturday morning. And I'm waiting for Gorilla's second comment. I know, it's like it takes a while to type everything out, and you only get so many characters. Geek Flag Renee says, okay, Vin Diesel. Well, Shreveport supposedly is where True Blood took place.
Right, exactly.
So you might come across some, vampires. If you ever go to Merlot's, you can tell me he's pronouncing his name wrong.
Right.
Merlot. It's not Merlot. Okay. Then it says, thong bikinis around. Also, I had some guy try and sell me cocaine when I lit up a cigarette. Okay, so don't smoke while you're there. Someone's going to offer you coke. Joe's Atmosphere says Fangoria. Let's see. Yeah, I have not gotten back to my hi sweeties in the chat. I might be saying hello to you twice for some of you because I'm just trying to play catch up here. Actually, I'd be interested to know what is the temperatures where y'all are at currently. So if you want to drop that in the chat, we can see who's got the coldest. So for right now, actually, according to my weather app, it's 11 degrees here in Illinois. Let's see. And I'm going to say hi to all my sweeties in the chat. Like I said, I might end up saying hi to some of you twice. That's totally fine. You get twice the sweeties. Each one gets a sweetie. Actually, that might be my third one now. I'm just kind of going down the list of people in the chat, trying not to miss anybody. Because, y'all are important to me because you're my family. I did last call. That one I know I did. And is there anything that you do to try and keep like your home warm in the wintertime? Like I grew up putting plastic on the windows and discovered that when I went to put plastic on our bedroom window, that when I had gone to lock it, I'm short, so I couldn't see where the locks were. And I thought they had engaged, but the lock was just, it had missed the hole and was just above it and pushing the window out just enough that we were getting a nice cold breeze coming through that gap. And that's why our bedroom was so cold. Once I got it lined up properly and locked it, the room was suddenly so much warmer. I still put plastic around it because it's like, that's what you do. And then I put plastic around the bathroom window because it's like, bathroom gets cold with the window being right there. And that's the smallest room in my house. I think I almost got everybody. If I have missed saying hello to you in the chat, excuse me, let me know because I always have to say hi to my sweeties. I think I got everyone. Well, I will after this one. Now I think I got everybody. Nope, I missed Big Al. And nope, there's my Hi Sweetie. Okay, let's see what comments I've missed here. Okay, let's see. Scroll up a little bit. Okay, so there's the last one of Fangoria. So, Joe's Atmosphere says, we met the author of the Sookie Stackhouse novels. She's from Arkansas. Nate says, to answer Troy's question, I'm in Maryland, close to the DC line. So you are Eastern. Okay. Actually, let me go back into Eating Walk. So it's like, what's the thing called? Do you see that? Okay, so Big L says it's 33 by him. So right now he's got almost a heat wave. JPRPH1 says 21 in Pennsylvania. Gorilla says 80 with 10-foot waves. Joe's Atmosphere says 52 in Northeast Louisiana. Big L says St. Mary's County here, talking with Nate. Nate says it's 37 degrees right now. Yeah, it's like, so far I think I've got the lowest at 11. Oh, he said Northwest Louisiana is 52. Nate is from Montgomery County. Okay. Gorilla says, you guys would probably love the Princess Cruises. From what I heard, everyone here, especially the seasoned travelers, would never use any other cruise line. And Joe's Atmosphere says, also the club Eric owns in Shreveport is Fantasia. That makes sense. All right, Mark. Hi. Nice to see you here. I almost said nice to meet you. It's been a long day. And for those of you just coming in, my guest cannot make it tonight. His son had some severe stomach pain, took him to the hospital, possibly appendicitis. We don't know yet. So if you could pray for his son, that would be great. Joe's Atmosphere says, Fangoria is the magazine about horror movies I used to collect. Got them confused. Getting old. Mark Malnikoff says, it's colder than a witch's boob inside a brass bar outside. Yes, it's very cold here. According to my weather app, Mark, it's 11 degrees where I'm at. So, and that's the other thing. Depending on where you are in the city, it could be colder. Like if you're downtown Chicago, it's going to be a lot colder because it's a lot windier down there. And that's how we got the nickname the Windy City, because certain parts of Chicago are super windy. So even in the summertime, it's cold because it's so windy. Let's see. Geek Flag with Nate says, I wouldn't mind going on a cruise as long as Robert Picardo is not on the boat.
I agree with you 100%. That guy can just go do unspeakable things to himself.
Joe said, doing trivia. No, that was the members only stream. That was just before this one. Mark says, we're closer to you, so same. Okay. So yours is 11 degrees as well. And of course, Troy's wearing a sweatshirt and like a jacket like this one that I've got on. So he's all toasty. And it's amazing what one little jacket can do to give you that layer of warmth, and suddenly you're not cold anymore. Because I mean, I could be really cold and then I'll put on like a little jacket like this one, and suddenly I'm warm and I'm fine. And then there are times where I'm wearing it and then I start sweating, so I'll take it off. And it's not a thick jacket. It's like a little fleecy thing. Let's see. Geek Flag says tomorrow's going to be much, much colder. Amber is supposed to get anywhere from 1 to 15 inches of snow. Gosh. Joe's Atmosphere said, I'll never get on a cruise. If I can't drive the boat, I don't want on it. Gorilla said, met a couple Chicago couples. Think they were insulted when I said I would never visit there. Let them be insulted. You do not want to come here. This place, I've lived in Chicago my whole life, except for a few like months away. When I was married to my ex, we lived in Kentucky for about 10 months. But I'm a Chicago girl, born and raised here. It's a hellhole. It's a kleptocracy. You don't want to live here. It really has gone to crap, especially downtown Chicago. I do not want to go there. Unfortunately, in March, my company, in its infinite wisdom, decided that we're going to have our all hands meeting there on the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I tell them, it's like, I can go on the Monday, the Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm going to be in Florida. But yeah, so I get to go down there to meet my team. Yay. And hopefully get some good swag, because my company changed, like, kind of what I'm doing. So instead of being under the parent company now, they have an offshoot for MDAP and CMMI. And I'm under that now. So it's like, okay, I want some of that swag. Mark says, I'd say tossing overboard, Nate, but that would be cruelty to sharks. And they chew them up and spit them out and then say, seriously? Girl says, I'll wave to you from O'Hare on Tuesday. We have a layover. Well, we won't be in Florida until March, so yeah. You're going to be waving a long time. Joe says, how many times have two of you been married? I had a previous marriage before Troy, and Troy and I actually got married twice, because we got married when we got like our initial marriage, and then we renewed our vows our 25th wedding anniversary.
I mean, technically, we renewed our vows the year we got married in a Starfleet wedding.
True, that was like a week after our actual wedding. So Troy and I have been married 3 times to each other. Yeah, exactly. And I've been married twice. Once to somebody else, and of course Troy. And I'm so glad that that's over. He was a pathological liar, so I'm glad I'm not married to him anymore. He was one of those people like, why tell the truth when a lie would do? Just kind of stupid. Foxy and I are celebrating 25 years this year. All right, woohoo! Yeah, this year for Troy will be, me and Troy will be 34 years. And we were saying before, it's like, people want to know the secret to a happy marriage?
Don't get divorced.
I say hugs. Every morning, we start off with a hug. Whenever Troy comes upstairs, because our studio is here in the family room, which is downstairs, and our studio's in the family room downstairs. My office is on the main level in one of the spare bedrooms. So whenever he comes upstairs, he has to come up to use the bathroom or use the kitchen. So I get more hugs. So it's just kind of our unspoken rule. He comes upstairs, I get a hug. He has to hug me. And I love hugs. Joe's Atmosphere says, took me 3 times to get it right. I'm Foxy's second husband. Okay. Grill says, we have a layover in Chicago. Oh, only time I'll be there. Okay, that's where you're waving from. Geek Flag says, Joe's Atmosphere, congratulations. Absolutely. We're renewing this year. Awesome. Yeah, I actually managed to set up our vow renewal well, it was going to be on a budget, and it was also very last minute. I used to work for a company where there's this one girl there who thought she was all that in a bag of chips. And I was talking to somebody else. I happened to mention that our 25th wedding anniversary is coming up in a few weeks. And she's like, oh, so what are you going to do? I said, oh, we'll probably just go out and have a nice dinner. She goes, oh, no. It's your 25th. You have to have a party. I'm like, I don't know how to put something like that together. I mean, I got married at City Hall. I don't know how to do that. She goes, I'll take care of everything. She goes, she asked me for my color preferences, music preferences, like what kind of songs do we like, and all that. And then after like 2 weeks or so, 2.5 weeks, she's like, I mean, it's getting close to our anniversary date. And I figured, okay, that year, our anniversary fell on a Friday, so we figured we would have the celebration or the vow renewal on the Saturday, on the 4th. Because she didn't have her act together, I ended up having to push it out to September, which pissed me off to no end because that's not my anniversary. And then it's like I'm asking her about details. I'm like, okay, like we're going to need a venue, and I'd really like to, have a wedding dress because we got married at Sarah Hall. I never had a wedding dress. She took me to David's Bridal once. I tried on a bunch of dresses that were way too big on me. And the snarky sales lady is like, well, to take these in and everything, make them fit you, it's going to be like, 6 weeks. My now new wedding date was about 3 weeks out. And so it's like, I don't have time for that. So that was the wedding dress excursion. But I got to try on wedding dresses for the first time in my life. That part was interesting. I asked her about venues. She took me to one park that had nothing, you couldn't go indoors. There was no indoors to go to if the weather turned inclement or somebody just needed to get out of the sun. No bathrooms. There weren't even any, what do you call them? Porta potties anywhere around there. And she wanted to set us up. The part she wanted us to rent would have been right next to like a little river. So it means lots of mosquitoes and other bugs. I'm like, this is not going to work. She goes, well, it's a low cost. And then I'm like, you want my guests to be out in the sun, not really any place to sit down, no bathroom facilities. They can't go inside if the weather turns inclement or they get too hot. No, this isn't going to work. So then I'm asking her about, music and the hairdresser or DJ, hairdresser, makeup artist and all that. And she says to me, well, I haven't had time to do anything with that. She gives me the number for the hairdresser, makeup artist, music guy, and photographer and says, you call them. I'm like, what the heck? It's like, this isn't even something I wanted to do in the first place, but now I'm doing all the legwork. I called all 3 of her people. The hairdresser got really snarky with me and wanted to charge me like $300 just to do a simple like updo or whatever and simple makeup. It's like, no, I'm on a budget. The photographer, I had to leave a message for him. He never called me back. And the DJ's like, yeah, I can't do that day. And so he blew me off. So I go back to her and I'm like, here's what I'm finding out here. Like, do you have any sort of backup? She goes, are you being a bridezilla? I'm like, excuse you? It's like, I didn't want to do this in the first place. You said you would take care of everything. And now I'm finding that things are falling apart. They're not set up, whatever. She goes, I don't have time for this. You do it. And it's like, oh, great. So now I'm in charge of trying to figure this stuff out. So the first thing I did is I'm like, okay, I want a dress. I went on eBay and I started looking at wedding dresses on there. And ones that I really liked, I would email the seller and go, I'm 5'4". These are my measurements. Would this dress fit me? First couple of dresses, the guy's like, no, that would be too big for you. Da, da, da. Then there was one that I found and he goes, this would fit you perfectly. You're the same size as my wife. It fits her. It'll fit you. I'm like, perfect. Ordered the dress, got it in like 4 days. it cost me all of $60 for a wedding dress. $60. So that was perfect. As for the venue, there's a place that we pass by all the time. It's like, why don't we stop in and see if they got our day available? We went in, they're like, now at this point, our vow renewal was in like 2 weeks. Because that's the date we told everybody to keep. So family was coming in from out of town, the whole bit. And it wasn't going to be huge. It's going to be about 40 people. So we went and we asked them if that day was available. They're like, it is, but in the like afternoon, the evening's taken by someone else. We're like, afternoon's fine. We had our tasting like 2 days later, and people are like, oh, when's your wedding going to be, or your reception going to be? And it's like, in a week and a half. And they're like, oh, that's close. It's like, you know, but they had really good food. We picked our menu. Everything was great. For music, Troy put a bunch of songs we liked on his phone, and he was just going to plug it into a sound system at the venue. We had everyone just take pictures with their phones. So there was our photographer. I went on to Craigslist. I found a makeup artist, hairstylist that was like half a mile from the venue. So I hooked up with her. She did these great pictures, great makeup and hair and all that. For the cake, there's a little bakery a block away from the venue, a little Italian bakery. We got a cannoli cake, a 2-tier cannoli cake. It was beautiful. I did all that. So I had 40 guests I was expecting for our vow renewal. So for 40 people, getting the venue, the dress, cake, hair and makeup, and all that, I did it for under $2,000. I even got party favors for everybody. And I went online and I got chocolate kisses. And the site I went to, you can choose what you want on there. And like you can say if I want this one to say this thing on it. So like I have one that says Troy and Annette and our anniversary date, our original anniversary date. And then one had a heart on it, and I forget what's on the other one. I think the other one says something like I love you on it. And then I got little gift bags off of Amazon, the little tiny silk ones. All this stuff for under $2,000. So if you need help planning your renewal, I know how to do it on a budget. Yeah, it's like I'd gotten my dress, veil, and shoes off of eBay. And that it was like, for everything, it was about $85-ish, $87, something like that, for shoes, veil, and dress off eBay. That was a score. That really was. So yeah, I can do an event on a budget, I discovered, and with no time to do it in, because I managed to plan all this or put all this together in like a week and a half, because I really didn't have any choice. And it's like, yeah, it was interesting. And then we actually asked a friend of ours who we used to go to church with to be the officiant. I mean, we're already legally married, so it's not like we need somebody. We need an actual minister to do our vow renewal. But yeah, it was really nice. Actually, I think I can show a picture of me and Troy if I could figure out where my picture is hiding. Come on, I want to change. Oh, first of all, I gotta get an avatar. Browse. Where is that one? Where's my pictures? I actually have a folder on my desktop that just says pictures, and it's got like my mom and my brother and all that. Vow renewal. Okay, let's see. I want that one. And what was interesting too is when we went for our tasting, the tablecloths had the same type of flow to them as the dress I picked out. So it's like, okay, that's kind of cool. And let's see, I need to save that. And then I need to not be a... How do I turn off my camera? Oh, there. So you can see here, that's me and Troy in our wedding finery. He already owned the tux, so we didn't have to rent one or buy one. Can I make that bigger? There we go. So there we are in our wedding finery. And you can kind of see like the curtains behind us are kind of flowy. So that also went with my dress. And I thought that was kind of cool. Unlike Troy, I'm not proficient with sharing pictures, just like changing them. I mean, just bringing them up. So let me see. I've got another one here. There's one that we did. Oh, okay. I like this one because it actually shows my dress. Come here. It kind of looks like a cloud to me, you know, because it's kind of flowy. So you can see all the different layers of the flowiness in it. Yeah, I really like that one. Bring this back so I can see my adorable husband's face. There's one that I'm trying to find. It was taken... they had a bride's room when we got to the venue. And Troy had this really great picture that we took in the bride's room. And I'm trying to find that one because I really like that picture. He's basically in his tux and he's holding up a glass of champagne towards me. And I'm trying to find that. Do you ever notice that whenever you're trying to find something, you can't find it? And I forget who it was who didn't believe I was blonde. I'm blonde. It's like I am very blonde. I guess you call that medium blonde. Where is that picture? It's like one of my favorite ones of him. Besides the one that he uses as his avatar where it's in the Italian restaurant where he looks like the Godfather. Oh, here's a cake picture. I like our cake. Come on, save. That's a cannoli cake. So it's a 2-layer cannoli cake. And I just had to add blue because blue's my favorite color. I got to get in there somewhere. Okay, if I can't find it this time, I'm going to have to pass on showing that to you.
Cake.
Oh, that reminds me. You still have some cannoli cake from your birthday up in the fridge or freezer. Yeah, I got some really good pictures from there. Like I said, people use their phones to take pictures for us.
I'll leave the gun, take the cannoli cake.
There's the picture I wanted to show. I love this picture of Troy. He looks so suave and debonair. Nope, that's not what I want. Save. Stop. Save.
Bocelli Suave.
Isn't that a great picture? I love it.
Blinded by that glare off the head.
It's like, oh, I'm no longer in comments. Nate says, so Netta, you always knew when your ex-husband was lying because his mouth was moving. Yeah, exactly. Joe's atmosphere says, marry your friend. You got to be able to laugh with them. Exactly. It's like, Troy's my best friend, you know? Mark says, all my Buddhist friends, when I met Julie, you better marry Julie. She loves trains and Star Trek. And better still, she's the only one we know that'll put up with you and your shit. Jesse Guajardo, glad to see you here. My guest couldn't make it tonight, so we're shooting the breeze. I just told everyone about my vow renewal. I've been showing some pictures. So my avatar is my favorite picture of Troy from our wedding. Just that kind of James Bondy look. Saying hi to each other. Joe's atmosphere says, my first was a selfish loon. My second was an alcoholic who married me for the free booze. Bartenders run into that. Foxy and I went to school with me, knew she was loyal. That's always good. Yeah, it's like my father and my brother were alcoholics, and it's like, yeah, didn't want to marry anybody like that. I also don't smoke, so I didn't want to marry a smoker. And my ex was just, his shortcomings were that he was a pathological liar. Never wanted to work for anyone, because every time he got a job, it would last very briefly because they're all idiots. It's nothing to do with him. They're all idiots. And it's like, you think that maybe it could be you? Joe's atmosphere says, first followed around on me, that's why they're exes. Yeah. Yeah, and I have suspicion that my ex was seeing his now wife when we were still married, because they got together awfully quick after we were divorced. And hello, PJ with Orville Nation. How you doing, sweetie? Glad to see you here. And my guest couldn't make it, so he had to take his son to the hospital with stomach pains. So we're going to reschedule. Jesse says, Netters went to an outdoor wedding party, and it was a country yard of a restaurant that looked like a Spanish villa. But it was during the summertime. It was hot, humid, and the mosquitoes. And then there'll be a part 2. You sound like Foxy. She starts shopping and prices drop. Yeah. Part 2. DJ play music so loud I couldn't hear anything. Plus, whatever they used, Mike, there was a lot of feedback. The food sucked. My steak was undercooked. I never got cake. Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about our venue is, although we still had like another 2 hours or so, 2 to 3 hours before we needed to be out of there, the staff was really trying to rush us through everything. And my mother-in-law, God bless her, she's definitely Italian. They're trying to take the bowl of lasagna off the table. And she's like, no, we're not done here. When we are done, then you can take it. Do not take the food off of any of these tables. We are not done eating. You are not going to be rushing these guests. And it's like, bless you, mama. And I didn't find this out until afterwards, that she had to speak to them about it. But I noticed that they were clearing our table off pretty fast too. It's like, why are they rushing us? And I was like, I don't mind, not spending the next, the additional 3 hours until we have to be out so you can get ready, for the next group. But it's like, don't be rushing my guests. I paid for this.
Yep. So, next week, is there a guest lined up for next week?
No, I want to see if he's available to come back next week.
That was going to be my follow-up question.
Yeah.
So we may have a take 2 next week on Storyman Jack.
Yeah. If not, well, we'll just be shooting the breeze. Jesse says, I've only been to 5 weddings. The struggle is real. Yeah. Tara Midnight Blogger, home from work. Hope y'all are well. Glad you're here. Joe said, don't need a DJ. Dad has been converting his vinyl collection to MP3s since the turn of the century. I have a terabyte hard drive with 19K music files on it. Awesome. Yeah,
That's
like I
the
said,
way
we
to
used
do
our
it.
phones. Troy put all of our favorite songs onto his phone and just plugged it into their sound system.
Yep.
Cake. Yep, for Troy's birthday, I insisted that we get 4 pieces of cake because I knew later he was going to want some. So I got 2
Of
pieces
course, the
still.
reality is, we for my birthday, I mean, we can just go and get a couple pieces of cake at that bakery.
Then we have to go out into the cold.
Well, okay, you make a great point, but
Leave the gun, take the cannoli cake.
right, exactly.
It's Don Pacelli. Show some respect. Well, our last name does end in a vowel.
And do you have the forward set up for deleted scenes after this?
Oh, let me do that. Talk to the chat.
I will. I will point out that tomorrow, of course, tune into Liquid Lunch to find out what I'll be sipping on. I honestly am going to have to tune in too because I don't know what I'll be sipping on. We'll find out tomorrow at Liquid Lunch. But tomorrow,
I think you should just let me close my eyes, do one of these things, grab a bottle, and whatever that bottle is, that's what you drink.
I am not drinking that Buddy's All-American vodka. No.
How about Fireball?
Fireball.
That'll warm you up.
I might take some shots of Fireball tomorrow. Maybe. Oh yeah, that is. I hadn't thought about that. That's an excellent point. But
put in a cinnamon stick.
More importantly, tomorrow night is for Last Call. We're having our monthly karaoke stream. Hope you can join us. We'll start out on the YouTubery. And then after we say our greetings and say hi to everybody, we'll schlep over to the Green Machine, the platform of freedom where I don't have to deal with stuff and junk. So that is tomorrow night. Saturday night, of course, is a special early edition of Saturday Night at the Movies. Netter's Retro Cinema is going to be starting at 8 Central, 9 Eastern, because the movie The Green Mile is slightly over 3 hours. Big Al is also pointing out that Deathstalker 2 at 8 Eastern on Films with Friends, him and Deleted Scenes tomorrow. I'm sure that Deleted will talk more about that in just a few minutes, where we are going to schlep you over to right now as we close out.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank y'all for being here. I said, if you need help putting together a gathering, I can
give you great advice.
I can give you great advice. I can give you some great links to getting like the favors and that sort of thing. I said I did for 40 people on a budget. My budget was $2,000. Actually, my budget was $2,500. But I did it. I think the grand total for everything ended up being between $1,700 and $1,800 for everything, and that's food, my dress, all the accoutrement that goes with the dress, the venue, everything was about $1,700 total, and that's not bad. So, yeah, if you need help, shoot me a DM on X and let me know what your thoughts are, and yeah, let's see if I can help you out there, because I managed to do this in really like a week and a half, 2 weeks, putting together a wedding for 40 people or 40 people guests. So yeah. I'll make sure I'm not missing any comments. Troy will need Russian antifreeze. Vodka.
Yeah, exactly.
Just not buddies.
Just not. Well, that's American. Yeah, that's not Russian.
Joe said, watch her grab dry vermouth.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. And drinking that straight? No, that would not be happening.
And then I saw a comment something about there's always moonshine. It went somewhere.
I actually do have some of that. And Lady Mist drops the farty fox.
Yay, my
right
farty
at the
fox.
end.
I'm trying to get down to that part of the chat. Come on. My chat is going really slow. There we go.
You just took it down.
There's my farty fox. I like my farty fox. I don't know why they say it's a Shiba dog shaking his body surrounded by red hearts. If you look at it, those hearts are coming out of his butt. It's a farty fox.
I don't know.
And it doesn't look like a dog. It looks like a fox.
But Deleted is starting in 5 minutes.
Okay. Love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support and encouragement. I said, you guys are family. Make sure you take care of yourself in this extremely cold weather. Make sure you bundle up when you go outside. Put on extra gloves, extra socks. I noticed that my toes and my fingers are the things that get coldest the quickest. You don't want frostbite. Stay here so you can be shepherded over to deleted scenes. And until next time, good night and God bless. Love you guys.
Network, and it's all for